Right, hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Claire, not Crystal. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. I'm just going to put the mic like that so I can see when the green light goes out. That's a better idea. So I've just finished filming someone's personal unlisted, so I'm very proud of myself. That's me up to date with them now. Oh my god, that looks like a good curly Sue there that's just fell out. I'll put the pin in. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, oh, that smells amazing too. I washed my hair last night and then I've put the curlers in, and so I've not taken them out yet. So, but by the time you see me on the live, I will have curly hair. So, yeah. So the one thing I'm going to say is, let's just see if I can get the thing that is like so crazy is now I need to check, but maybe someone will tell me privately. Like one of them, I know that I had 3 unlisteds to do, and then at least 2 of them, the same card has come out. I think more than 2 of the same cards, but it's one specific card. And what happened today was I actually said, "Oh, I wonder if that card's going to come out for you," and then it did right after I said it. Because if you're new, that happens all the time. It's a guy speaking through me, but I actually think it might have been in literally all 3. It's this one, right? So, but what's important about that is what I said weeks ago. Like, I think it's actually more like 6 weeks ago, because I filmed the short 6 weeks ago that you're going to be watching while I'm off. If you watch everything I put out, or if you watch the shorts, whatever. And what I'd noticed was a theme about mother father healing. Now, again, if you're new, I don't call my mum and dad mother father, right? No, no shade if you do. It's just when I'm channeling, I always say mother father for some reason. It's kind of weird to me, but it's just anyway. But I think it's because it's because it says that on the cards. It's the way the channeling comes through. So but yeah, this healing parent child, so this is different for different people, right? For some people, this is, well, it's both. This can be healing your relationship with your own mum and dad, regardless of what age you are, whether they're alive or not, by the way, because if you're not aware of that, because I'm a medium as well. And so if you're brand new to the channel, I mean, read the info bit, but I do a lot of different things that I weave in, like shamans do, but the things that are relevant with what I'm talking about here is, well, it's all of it, but because I'm a therapist slash counselor, whatever you call it in your country, and a medium and a shaman, it's like I can consolidate with the spirit world and bring closure to you and your loved one, especially if there was like, a bit of beef or challenging energy, or, something you didn't quite get closure on before they died or something. Or even if you had a great relationship and you miss them and you just want a bit of banter, I just fucking love it. Like the last few sessions I've done, like I'm just trying to think. It wasn't so much about the mediumship, the last one that I done, but the one before that, the mum was coming through for hours, and I didn't want to stop. It was so fun. Like that's the kind of medium I am. I'm not watching the clock. If I'm having fun, even if that was a Friday night too. Actually, both times I spoke to those people, it was Friday nights, and I love what I do. But that's my issue. I always need to pay attention to is, like I love what I do, but I need to make sure that I value myself, because like that just came up in someone's session. Pay yourself first, but I'm taking that to mean like that's great. I love what I do, and the passion shows, because this is also for the Aries full moon as you're watching this. But I think I'll put it out late tonight. It depends what time I get off the live. But I know what that means. It's like it's a business. Do you know what I mean? So time is money. So if I'm sitting there for hours and hours and hours, it means I've not got energy for the next day, or but the thing is, that is my personal responsibility, and I never regret it because I have so much fun. But I do need to watch with how much I do that. So so like I always say to people, if you've never had a session before, book it while I've got it, because I do think they're going to make me take that away soon, because I've had that. Basically, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, so again, if you're new to me and you're like, oh, I've not got the patience for this, get into it. Well, I'm probably not going to be the person for you, because, and I was going to say reader, but like I said, I don't like being referred to as a reader, right? It's like, but I'm probably not the healer, shaman, whatever guy for you, because this is all going to be part of it. But I can tell the exciting energy that's come through. It's because I'm in that full moon energy. It's like, yeah, basically, yeah, I feel I'm going to be really busy. Now, I don't know if that's going to come in straight away with November, December before I break for Christmas, because that's it. That's really the time. That's usually the time when I have the most time off is Christmas. Like, I always have. Like, I don't work with clients basically after Christmas Eve. Usually I don't work Christmas Eve. I usually break from clients like Christmas Eve to, some years it would be further into January, depending on what was going on in my own life, because I just really cannot stand that time of year. But to be honest, I think last year I was actually really quite raring to go and had loads of energy, and I'm pretty sure I was back to work like kind of when people go back to work after, like the third or the fourth or something like that, which is, that was weird. So, I might be like that again next year, but you just never know. So I'm just sort of saying, like, I'm never available that no man's land time in between Christmas. So, but again, there's, because it's going to come around quickly. But the point is like, I'm usually I'm usually just quite available. Like, if somebody needs a session, I'm there. And um, I think I am going to trial having, like, if you're wanting a session while I'm off, I'll have limited availability, and it'll be, you know, extra money, because it's like, if you're pulling me off my holidays, it's got to be worth it, kind of thing. And that's, again, I don't usually do that, but I'm being guided to do it because it would take a lot for me to, and I wouldn't also just be like, oh yeah, I'm not just going to jump on a Zoom, you know what I mean? Like, right away. But anyway, like I said, nobody else needs to worry about that, because that's my own personal responsibility. But what I'm saying is, I will have something like that. Whereas if it is an emergency session, that's the word I was looking for. There'll be emergency sessions, but just know it will be extra, because that is what everybody else does too. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not like everybody else, but I think it's only fair, because it is, it would need to be an emergency basically. So I'll trust that if somebody needs that, that will be there, and not loads of them either. And the other thing that'll be available is, I will be doing unlisted, but what my guides have told me is there'll only be a few available, because what I'll do is I'll do them on the fire moons. So I can't remember what they are now, but when I looked, it's going to be off the top of my head. If it's Aries, it's going to be in the Leo moon and the Sag moon that I do them. That's it. Yeah, it's going to be in the couple of days on the Leo moon and the Sag moon that I'll have the energy. Just so I get, but it's probably going to be there that nobody books any of this, because people don't book the unlisted, which does make me sad, because I just said that on that one I've just finished. Because if you're like, oh, but how come you've got them? And remember, I don't need to talk shit. I mean, I could just make out that people had bought them, but I'm being fully transparent. I gifted them. So, and I'm going to keep gifting unlisted, or do it live on the live streams. Like, the more, when we keep using that donation button, because that's about me receiving back for all the stuff I put out, then I'll keep doing things like that. Like, I'll keep giving back to you guys as well. And it means that people that might not be able to afford like a session ever or anytime soon, you're in with a chance of getting the support. But the one thing I do have a bit of a catch with that, I don't like doing unlisteds for people I don't know. I refuse to do it. That's not what a lot of people do, but I'm not reading for it. If I don't know you, I'm not reading for you. You know what I mean? And what I mean is, I only read for people if I've met you once on the Zoom, that's fine. But if I've never met you before, I don't do unlisted. So again, a lot of people wouldn't want to turn away the money, but I will. I'm not. I'm just, with that's how my guides have guided me to work. So that's how I do it. I'm saying guides too much, but anyway, this is significant for the collective. So we're going to put it back in, but if it comes out, I won't be surprised. Healing the body. Oh, actually, because it's already come out for today. Oh, I've already filmed the other video that goes out today on the full moon. When I'm saying today, remember, I'm filming it the day before. And this did come out, and it blew me away, and you'll see why. So, healing the bond with your parents frees you from the past. It's time to release old wounds and move forward. This is so loaded. For some people, your dad's still alive, but there's things that you can recognise, right? I love my dad, but I don't want to repeat that karmic pattern, right? Or my dad's not here, and I didn't get on with him, I don't want to be like him, or my dad's not here, I loved him, but I don't, you know what I mean? Everyone's got a different story. So, but let's just put that back and see if it comes out, then wow. But, so getting back to it, this is my karma clearing and karmic balance, which I'm going to film as many of these as I can tonight, which is not going to be a lot tonight because I'm going live tonight, but I'm going to film maybe, I think probably just one more after this. Maybe one more, two more, I'm not really sure. And then I will film as many as I can tomorrow. And basically, yeah. So there, the likeliness that it depends it depends how early I'm really going to utilize energy, because remember, it's not the actual full moon until tomorrow as I'm filming this. So I possibly could get it done, and they just wouldn't all be that long. But the point is if you want a 15-minute, a 30-minute, or an hour one, or I've got 90-minute ones too. If you want this spread that I'm doing for yourself in an unlisted, then you can, there'll be limited availability while I'm away, or you can book it for when I get back. And it's just, I won't be doing this for the collective anymore, but you can have it, because it is a really great, it is, these cards are great, and the questions are great with the, well, it's just the one, what will balance get us. Yeah, I'm loving doing it for people. But the point is I know that I've had like someone's given me a bit of feedback for one of them and loved it, all the synchronicity, all that jazz. Again, you know who you are. It would be great if, like I've said to all those ladies, if they can let it digest and write even just a wee paragraph, that would be brilliant. And then update me 3 weeks from now, the sort of shifts that you feel, because it's not just a reading, it does shift your energy. It is a big clearing, especially that one I just done there. That was a really big clearing for that person, and I'm excited to see the shift I'm excited to see the shift that you all feel. But yeah, and again, so let's just see, let's get into this. So just keep that in mind, that you could have this for yourself, but this will scarily resonate with however many people, male, female, divine feminine, divine masculine, or you might not be in the twin flame journey at all, but the chances are you are if you're watching this far and you listen to me say all of that. So this is the theme. What is the theme or the issue for who's going to connect with this? Bearing in mind that this is the one going out on the full moon in Aries, so it could be really real, raw and real. Could be quite hard hitting, triggering, because I would say the unlisted I just done was quite hard hitting and triggering, but it was because it was in that person's 8th house, so it's really going to shift energy in a big way for that person. Like, that's the hidden stuff, hidden pain, transmuting energy, Scorpio. And the way my astrology matches up with that person's as well, the synastry is really powerful. So I know it's, and also that is, I'm close with all of you guys, but it's yeah. Anyway, so let's get into this. What's the theme? Oh, stop! Right. Person I'm talking about there, it's anonymous, but that actually was, although that didn't come up in that person's reading, I'd say that's definitely the theme. Stop carrying what isn't yours. You've taken on emotions, guilt, and weight that were never yours. Give it back, be free. Because the 8th house is karmic debt. And notice that person's 8th house, full moon, is this one. So you might be the same. You might, oh, actually, that's fucking weird. I've just realised that two of the, now I've spoke to somebody on the phone today, and I've spoke to a couple of people via, actually, have I? God, that's so funny. I feel like I've spoke to that person, but we must have just spoke telepathically. No, the one, it's because I've just tapped into her energy. The one that I've just tapped into her energy, they're both, anyway, actually, that it's not the person I spoke to on the phone, but the two people I've had in my mind today for for X, Y, and Z reasons are both Virgo rising. So that matters. You know what I mean? That it's like you've got your 8th house full moon, is this full moon. So, and then this just leapt out. Not good enough. No one cares. Too late. Break self-limiting beliefs. That's what I help people do. Because I'm in Aries and my Venus in Aries in the 5th house, for those of you that are new, everyone else knows it, they hear me say it all the time, but I have to say it for people that are new. That is, I'm major coach mode, and believe it I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but yes, on an Aries moon, I am major coach mode and major like cheerleader energy. Although bear in mind, because I'm preparing to rest in a few days, I'm getting tired. You wouldn't think it right now with how excited I'm doing this, but I'm excited to get a rest. The only limits are the ones you impose. Break free from outdated beliefs and unlock your true potential. This is very connected to what I've just picked up on that client session there. Kindness creates change. Every act of kindness shifts something somewhere. Be the reason someone feels hope again. And look what I was saying about, I really want to keep doing that, about giving back. But my guides are like, you can't be doing that too much until, the scales need to be balanced. We're in Libra season right now. But like I've said before, I'm really yeah, I'd say a bit overwhelmed actually. I actually felt a bit emotional when I said that. I'm a bit overwhelmed with I really do feel people took on board. I said this before, but I'm saying it again. Like, I feel people took on board when I just sort of mentioned that about, like, look, I don't know if you realise what happens on the inside of YouTube, but, you know, basically it would help if I was getting, like, energy back now and again when people can, if they're grateful, if it helped you, kind of thing. And I know this stuff helps people every day. That it would just help me tip over the scale, so at least I'm getting that money, right? And like I said, I've got way more than what, you know what I mean? It's kind of overwhelming a bit. Like, don't get me wrong, it's no fucking like, I'm no fucking like, oh yeah, woohoo. But one day I will be. And that is why I protect my energy, because I have worked hard at this, and one day I will be, because I won't stop. And I'll deserve it. And I'll be getting a lot of money for doing exactly what I've been doing the whole time. And that is why people get jealous when people don't stop at YouTube. When you keep going and you don't stop until you bust through the limiting beliefs. Because I'm part of this too. You know what I mean? I've got my own ancestral stuff and stuff that would stop me from doing all of this shit. But I don't let that stop me, and I'm not going to let it stop you. And I have to keep busting through my glass ceiling. Like, it's on a session recently, or was it an email? Someone, oh no, I think it was in the membership. Someone was reminding me of, when I've said to people about reading the book, The Big Leap. Now, I haven't read it for ages. I actually listened to the audio book when I was in my Dark Night Soul, but that's brilliant about busting through the glass ceiling. Like, there's always another level. So I'm always doing that for myself, and that's what I can help you for if you resonate. Right, so let's now go for the subconscious. Yes, let's use these. So keep in mind, you're carrying stuff that isn't yours. Could be an extra nod that if you have this full moon happening in your 8th house, it could be like some of the people I've read for recently, or if you're experiencing coming up against limiting beliefs or negative self-talk, all of this could be relevant. So what's in the subconscious? What is a block? So you might not be consciously paying attention to this or doing anything about it, but that's actually quite a lot of people. So we'll just cross that bridge when we losing yourself. So you feel lost in your partner. It's okay to be yourself and have your own life too. I don't know, it kind of, I'll need to see when I watch it back. I did kind of want to come out of reverse. So you could have moved through codependency. You could have felt like, your whole world revolved around your twin flame, whether you've seen them or not, and however many years have went by, or, you know what I mean? But that'll be even more relevant if you're one of the twin flames that you're around your codependency. Is definitely going to make sense wherever this is for, actually, because that is one of the conversations that I've had today with email. Again, it was either today or one of the other days, but basically codependency, right? So it's like, if you've had a tendency to get lost in romantic relationships, then for your feminine energy, whether you're male or female, like you're gaining back your independence. That's what I'm feeling here. You're gaining back your independence in a situation. We'll not overcomplicate it. What have we got? Or you've already done it, or you're being guided to do it, or you need to go to someone like myself to help you do that. So you can decide if this is even yours, kind of thing, because it's not every day, right? There's that card that always comes out on the masculine side, quite a lot anyway. So sex only. Either you or your partners only want sex, accept that it's okay, or reach for more. So in the masculine side, if this is yours, so again, remember, this isn't going to be everyone's. Subconsciously, you put out this energy of that's all you want, right? So or you attract like lusty kind of, so it might be hot and heavy at first and exciting, but then it wears off because there's no connection there, whether you're a man or a woman, or whether you're a man or a woman, you attract, just basically it's, but again, we need to cover that because it's, but you know what I mean? It's, you're not attracted, basically it's codependent. So it starts off lust. This is very passionate Aries, but it's not long lasting. Like, there's nothing of substance, right? So can we get another one for the masculine and subconscious? Unlovable, yeah. And it's people that, yeah. So this is a kind of, this is pretty hard hitting, but it's going to make sense to whoever it's meant to. People, I feel, whether you're a man or a woman, you're not going to be short of offers. That's what it feels like. But these people don't love you. Practice radical self-acceptance and love yourself with all your flaws. So, and if it's not if you're kind of like, well, Claire, I haven't had any offers, kind of, it's not always that, but I do feel for whether this is a group of men or women that are resonating right now, it feels like you could just go to your phone and you could get, you know what I mean? If you're single, you could get that, you know what I mean? But you're not, it's the love isn't coming with it, you know what I mean? Or it's not, something's not, yeah, however that, anyway, I'm spending too long on this, however that's resonating. So let's get with the conscious mind now. What cards will we use? Conscious mind, let's see. So either you've already healed the codependency or that's what you're working on. Finding out who you are, basically finding out where you stop and others begin, right? Whether it's love, friends, family, because it was coming through like it was love, wasn't it? Because it will be that for some. And now my energy's pulling at people where it's family and now friends, because it's the same thing. Like you can lose yourself. Like I say this all the time because that's the one I've had the most experience with, right? I've had experience in all these areas, but in fact, what's quite funny is the one that I've had the least experience in, it depends where you look at it though, is love. Because I've been single for, yes, you heard right, 22 years. I didn't say it yet, but 22 fucking years, as it's about to reach 22 minutes, I think. But, you know, when I was in a, well, I can always laugh when I go to say serious relationship. It's like, you know, for that, whatever, for that age, you like the ages of like 16 to 19, however fucking serious it is. But do you know what I mean? It's, I'd absolutely lost myself in that, right? And, you know, it's just fucking ridiculous, right? To the point when I never ever want to fucking ever experience anything like that again. But notice how I always speak about twin flames, and particularly, you know, my Juno in, I was about to say in Scorpio, but that's not necessarily wrong because mine's is in the eighth house. My Juno and Gemini in the eighth house, it means that, you know, it makes sense that whenever I do feel attracted to somebody like that, and it's more than just that, it could be quite intense, even if it's just last. But it's just I'm not a good example of that because I've never really allowed it to happen because I've met my twin flame so young, and I knew how I felt about it. And the synchronicities that have happened today are fucking nuts. So I can't even list them all because I'm going to actually talk about in the live stream. Which, if I don't hurry up with this, is not really too far away because I've been doing this for that long. But the song when I met him was, funnily enough, Dirty Dancing being one of my favourite films. It's Do You Love Me from Dirty Dancing. But that could also be a question from the masculine. Like, do you still love? That's another song. Will you still love me tomorrow? But this, you know what I mean? Both those songs are from Dirty Dancing, actually. So again, what I'm kind of getting from this is like, you could have met this person in a club. Again, I did meet my twin flame in a club. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like, do you love me? Will you still love me tomorrow? Like this masculine group could be like, are you ever going to look at me that way again? Do you feel the same? Is it too late? All these kind of questions. Um, but yeah, that song never comes on, and it only comes on when it's quite significant energy. So I was like, oh, you know, it did spark my attention because I've said this before, but one of the wee chats we had once in the morning, he actually asked me that. He was like, "Can you remember the night?" He either said, "Can you remember the night we met?" or "Do you remember what songs were playing?" or that. I don't think he would have been that specific about the songs, but I mean, he could have been because look how bothered I am about music. But I'm sure he was just like, "Do you remember the night we met?" And I was like, "Yeah, I even remember the song that was playing." So, um, playfulness, and again, I feel, you know, you could add a very playful connection, like because again, when it was good when we were younger, it was very playful. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit, fun sex. So there's clearly they're going to, I don't like when they do that, but it's because it's Aries full moon, and the Aries in my chart is my fifth house, right? And when you've got Venus in the fifth house, you can actually meet the love of your life in a club or a party. So, you know, oh, that's quite interesting actually, that card, because you know what I mean? If you, well, you know, if you've heard me talk about how me and mine know each other, but it's kind of like, but it was very playful and it was very sexual. But that's about it. Do you know what I mean? We didn't let each other get much closer than that. Because, well, we did, and he ran away. So that, oh my god, sorry, that is quite funny. But you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, anyway, because that'll just make me know what to put this out. Let's just, what's in the conscious mind? So how's this group of feminines feeling, or the masculine feminine side? Now, consciously now, whether you've broke free codependency and you've, remember, this is subconsciously though, so I actually think this is some people where I feel this is some of you having a realization that I'm attracting people that fancy me, but they're not really bothered in getting to know me any more than that. Or I can pull, but they don't really care about the rest of me. And not only that, if some of you like live with people like this, or you hook up with a lot, like you're not, you know what I mean? You're not like you might have a tendency to people please, or and then they double cross you because that came out. Someone's wearing a full self mask, but I mean that you could be the someone. You're not being true to yourself and keeping people at arm's length. Like, well, this is very deep. But again, I was starting to say that it's because it's not just my Venus and Aries, but it's because this full moon's actually conjunct my Venus and Aries. But it's my first house, my Aries energies in Scorpio. You know what I mean? So it comes through. It's not surprising me that I'm, mentioning here and there wee bits because that always happens in the Scorpio moon. But anyway, it's because it's going to be relevant and you've met this person young. So it could be either really, really young, like childhood, or teenagers, like me and him, or past lives. Weird that one too. But so in the conscious mind, then what's going on in the feminine energy towards all of this? Wherever, because you'll know where you're at, and I can help you in a personal session, but you're going to need to wait till November unless you get in there. Like really, you would need to get in there very fast. That's why I think I'll put this out tonight to give people a chance if they want to book a last minute session on Tuesday, like on the actual full moon. Be open to accept divine guidance in your relationship. So this is somebody that you consciously, if this is hitting with you, whether you're a man or a woman, emotionally, you could be praying. You could actually be going to people like myself, like shamans, psychics, healers, mediums, counselling. You're wanting to learn about, like, why do I get lost in romantic relationships? Like, why do I people please, or why am I, like, taking on everybody's stuff and, like, carrying everybody's crap? Why did I do that kind of thing? So, and I feel there's a heart-to-heart conversation coming about because I just saw that when I was shuffling. In the masculine energy and the conscious, but whoa, fuck's sake, guys. A minute. 3 cards fell face down, so we'll find out what they are together. And now, I don't ever use this deck because I don't resonate with her anymore, but it did grab my attention. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power towards what I want. Okay, well, it's relevant. I just don't, again, I did love the book, The Universe Has Your Back, when I was going through my Dark Night Soul. Now, that's really interesting that I've mentioned 2 books, The Big Leap and The Universe Has Your Back, and I don't always mention books. So there must be at least either the person that, maybe you need to read these books, whoever's resonating with this. But I'm just saying just now, I don't resonate with, oh no, not, I do love The Big Leap. There's nothing wrong with that guy that I'm aware of anyway. But I don't resonate with Gabby Bernstein at all. Like, at all. Do you know what I mean? Talk about false, like, anyway. But it did help me at the time, right? A period of separation. Now look how these leapt out in the match. Separation's ending. Masculine's coming in, end of separation, to express their love, because it's I'm here for this. This is very dramatic full moon energy. So yeah, somebody's bringing the separation to an end because they feel it's safe to love now. And they could be coming in with playful energy too, but somebody's coming in to express their love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Do you know what I feel about this? I feel overall, if this is you, I feel people, because look, now it's fell and it just says open. I feel somebody is more open now to express their feminine energy, whether you're a man or a woman. Because remember, I help men and women get more in touch with their feminine energy, their feelings, by releasing the trauma. And then it also unleashes your creativity, your passion, your fire. Yeah, your sex life can get better too. Maybe we need to pick these up. Like, as in, and that really fits because, oh my God, I'm getting so into this message. That really fits because that's why that sex only card is relevant, because I've also got this Tantra deck sitting beside me. And I said, whenever, I don't know what's going out first, but look, ecstatic union was what was on top of the deck when I opened it. And then when I shuffled for myself, I pulled out another one about union. So it's just that kind of sex compared to twin flame, when you're both done the healing, total different ball game. And again, absolutely hilarious. But I'm not showing you the other cards. They're not visually bad at all. They're suggestive, but they're not like they would be fine. I think it's the word. I'm not saying some of these words, and don't get me wrong. It's no filly filth. It's no like dirty words about the cards. It's just like cringe. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like practical advice. It's sex. It's sex stuff. Do you know what I mean? And that's, you know, I'm a funny mix because if for people that have known me, and I'm not talking about just in the 10 years that I've worked online, I'm talking about the people that lurk that knew me when I was younger, right? Which is more than just the obvious ones. Um, like, I was so shy about this shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm very private. That's the thing. It's weird being like this because I'm a very private person. Like, trust me. Like, maybe you've heard me say several times, not many people get to read my energy. Like, you know what I'm doing right here now? If this was a person reading, not many people get to read my energy. But see, when I do let you do that, I must really fucking like you and really trust you, right? And that's like, I can think of just one person that I let it do that just now. Um, it's kind of like, but, and again, actually, no, I can think of more than one person, but it's like, because I've got other people that we go to, but it's because if I feel guided to get a person reading, I like to go to people that don't even know me, right? But when I do, but the point is like, I'm just sort of saying, I don't just let anyone read my, so it's an honour when people allow me to read their energy too. But that's a Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto thing. But it is because I've had weird experiences with people when I go to get help from others too. It's just it's part of having the Scorpio rising. It's part of having a Leo midheaven. You got to be careful. I see the shadow in people too much. It's when I That's why when I feel safe with someone, it's because I can feel their pure heart and their energy, and usually other chosen ones. But I don't like saying that term, but it is really what's coming to me. Part of the 144,000 crew, because we don't take our bullshit out on others. Right? Okay, so in that higher vibrational energy, shall we say? So done the shadow work, because again, everyone can. This is the thing. Everybody can be prone to being in the shadow, in the unhealed shadow. But it's a lot better if you can go to healers that have done that shadow integration and they're not going to be weird with you. You know what I mean? Like, they can put their own stuff aside to be a clear channel. It's just the channel that I am is clear, as I'm quite entertaining because I will go into my stuff too, and it will always be relevant. It's always the way it works. Everybody knows that books a session. Because otherwise you just wouldn't be led to me. Like, the people won't be led to me that don't get that. If, like, say if somebody does watch us and they're like, oh, she's mentioning her own placements, or she's mentioning her own experience, or she's mentioning a class, they don't get it. They're not my collective. Do you know what I mean? And I don't usually use that word. 33 minutes on the timer as well. Come to Jesus moments are being had here. But the people that do, they get it. And I can even objectively look at that about myself. People need to have people need to have observed me over some time, I think, to really get me. Because I know that people could get me wrong. Like, people could think I'm a really confident, out there Aries, and that's all I am, and I'm like that every day, even when I'm offline. And you would be completely, entirely fucking wrong, because I'm more Scorpio rising each day when I'm not doing this. But I love and accept all parts of myself, and equally, if anybody tries to dim my light when I'm in that fun, cheery, helping the collective way, online or offline, I'm not going to stand for that either. And you know what I mean? I put up boundaries, and that's why I help other people. You know what I mean? Basically, that's what it means. Don't let other people dim your light. Fucking hell, I'm passionate, full moon, warrior energy. Right, what have we got then? So this masculine collective, whoever this is for, and again, remember what I said, take it with a pinch of salt. Exciting energy coming through. That's what we'd expect on an Aries full moon. It's not everyone, but it is someone, and let's be happy for them. Because I always say this, one day it could be you. But the worst thing you could do is be like, oh, why are they getting that happening to them? Or why is good stuff happening to them? It doesn't even do you a love. It could be like, oh, why are they earning more money? Or why have they got a better job? Or why have they got a great family? The last thing you want to do is fall into jealousy and envy and competitive energy, which would be the shadow. And this is so weird because I did talk about, it's not weird, I spoke about this on the other video. I woke up with downloads about competitive energy downloads and that. And that's because that's the shadow of Aries. So I feel I might be helping some people with this whenever I don't know, when I'm doing the shadow integration with you when I come back in November. But it's just, for being an Aries, I am so not like that. And it's like, I could not give a fuck. I am breaking my glass ceilings for who I was yesterday. And I said that in the video earlier. And that's what I'd advise you to do. If there's anyone around you trying to compete in that, like, get the fuck, man. Like, it's people with extremely wounded inner child trauma, which you can't shame yourself for if you're like, shit, I've fallen into that as a woman or a man. That's where it comes from. But what you can take personal responsibility is, cut it out. Stop doing it. Go and get the help from somebody like me that'll stop you. Stop carrying what isn't yours. You know what I mean? Somebody taught you how to be like that. You can change. Powerful. Union of souls. I knew something like that. Well, there's quite, to be fair, there is a few cards that talk about union, but the union of souls in Tantra transcends physical interaction, sex only, achieving a profound spiritual connection. Boom. Wow. That's annoying because I won't be able to use that card for the thumbnail. Your souls are united in a profound and sacred bond. Celebrate this union with love and devotion. Wait a minute, actually, was that a card I pulled for myself? I can't remember if... No, I think... I pulled something about union. Fucking hell, I think it might have been... Actually, I think it was. I think it was that one, because there isn't loads that say Divine Union. Wasn't that one? Maybe it was. But anyway, so... But yes, somebody's coming in because they feel the merge of your souls. So that's, if this is really, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but please, God, let me know if it's you, because then I can share the excitement with others. Now, let's see. Honest Communication came out with the one I done earlier, which will be going out on the same day as this, before this actually. What have we got? What else is this masculine collective for whoever's at this bit? What they want to say? Oh, they came out reverse, so disguise. So we've got deception, disguise. This is basically this group of masculines dropping the mask. Some elements of the relationship are hidden. What's hidden is this person's feelings for you. But not for long. Love language, physical touch. A tender touch means so much. People are getting physical in the Aries full moon, which is about the physical body. It's also about passion. I just saw falling in love, and there's the same card as the one I pulled for the same day. Honest communication. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation. Yes, and remember I did see that other card. Look, someone knows they're skating on thin ice. That's always my card about that. Hilarious to recount. Somebody knows they're skating on thin ice. Actions speak louder than words, and they're going to show you that they care. And it's going to be a dream come true. You're not going to believe it. Have faith. Your rainbow will come smiling through. That's when your dreams will all come true. Right. What else do we need to know? I'm not going to be able to film another. Look, victory. Your desires come into fruition. Keep up the good work. Oh, fuck's sake. I don't. Oh, look, third party. A third party interference was involved here. You may be dealing with a karmic situation. There was a third party. That's what all that was, all the cards underneath. But you're worthy. Your worth doesn't depend on another person. Whatever that for this third party tore down your person's or yours, whoever's resonating with this, confidence. So in a weird way, you can thank them because it showed them what they don't want. It could have been interactions with more than one person, but this person's like, I don't want that anymore. So if it was meaningless kind of sex and stuff, this person doesn't want that. You're so beautiful. I can't get you out of my head. You're so beautiful, this person can't get you out of their head. That's how you are to them. They daydream about you. This is somebody that's in love. I know I hurt you, I never intended to. Trust me. This person really, whoever this is all for, this person really wants you to trust them, but they're aware that there's loads of reasons why you might not. My fears keep stopping me. That's one of the reasons. I'm still healing wounds from a past relationship. So, I feel what that means is that's why this person has been taking their time, but they know they need to apologise. That came out in the one for earlier too, and I did not mean to pick that up. I feel this person wants to get away with you at some point, but it's like it feels like the next available opportunity, whether it's a weekend or more than that, this person does want to get on some sort of holiday. And this is the card that's hilarious because I always just saw one woman standing on her own, which is very Aries full moon, it's very independent, but there's a guy behind her. So I've known that for a while now, but look, there's a guy standing behind her. So take that from what you will. Like, before I said it, I wonder if you saw it as like one woman. But this is very much about, you could be going from independent woman, independent man to being in a very deep connection. enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. So, what else? Did I shuffle these yet? What else do we know? Any sort of family ancestral stuff because of that card that came up at the start. Understand your karmic lessons, yeah. So the karmic lesson is exactly what I just channeled, whatever that had to do. And also 20 years awakening. This person is having a come to Jesus moment, huge spiritual awakening. All the songs that came on today, I'll talk about this in the live stream, but one of them that hit me was, now, God, I don't know how many years ago this was, but I think it was as long as 4, possibly even 5 years ago. But I feel like it was at least 4 years ago. I think it might have been 5 years ago. I was on the beach and I hadn't heard this James Arthur song before, but it's called Is It Love or Is This Love? And as soon as I heard the words, I was like, that's the moment the masculine's like, you know, feeling the feels and being like, is this love? Because I've never been in love before and I need to find out. And 40 could be a significant age, regardless of whether you've reached it yet, you're at it, or you're going to reach it, or it was years ago. Because it's not everyone's, it's just whoever it resonates. But yeah, I feel this person is understanding their karmic lessons, or you are. December's going to be very significant, and it's an important time for you living your true purpose. There could be something about a child here. Is that a wee girl or wee boy? Don't know, but there could be something about a child or your inner child, and listen to your inner guidance. Listen to your inner guidance when it comes to following your calling and finding your tribe. And I feel that's what's happening here. Tune into your masculine lineage. I feel somebody's been healing the masculine lineage, basically the masculine line, the men in your family. You've noticed a pattern and it feels like a pattern that you didn't want to repeat. So well done, you've broke a family curse. That is a family curse. If it's something that you're like, I don't want to repeat that, and that was in reverse. When I'm dead and I feel dead inside, your love lights me up and I can breathe again. This person's getting their life back. I'm processing, I'm working out what to do. Say, that's why I need time. That was in reverse. That's why it's saying that they're coming in. I regret what I did to you. So again, that could be like if this person chose a third party over you, they regret doing that. But actually, at the same time, they might say that they don't regret it because it taught them their worth and what they don't want. I really do care, even though I don't show it. I'm ready for commitment. That was in reverse. So I feel it's this person chose a third party because they weren't ready for commitment. It was, you saw the cards at the start. I don't feel like I deserve you. That was in reverse. That's good. This person's feeling worthy. Keep hoping to bump into you everywhere I go. Keep hoping to burp. Happy birthday. So this person might be aware that you had a big birthday or something and that they missed it, or they could have, that came up the other day, they could have something like this. Let's ignore the elephant in the room that my twin, actually I didn't see my twin flames birthday numbers today, but I'm sorry I missed your birthday. I was afraid to reach out in case you expect too much too soon. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Well, if my twin flame is still not in my life by the time it's his big birthday, I'm sorry, but I'll be saying happy birthday here because, yeah, I hate seeing you with them. However, that comes in. You're better. You deserve better than them. This person feels you deserve better than the version that they gave you before, and they want to show you the new version. I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures. Every time my phone rings, I hope it's you. They'll never compare to you again. The third party will never compare to you, whoever they are. I fantasize about you, and I'm growing up and I'm waking up. So, and I'm going to bring it to a close because this is taking fucking ages. I see signs about you in our situation. It freaks me out sometimes how accurate they are. And trust me, I think that's why, because I'm very used to the synchronicity. If you're new to me, 24/7, every day, that's my experience. But today it has been really blowing my mind because it always does it at a full moon. It's like, just when I think they can't heighten it even more, it is. Also, a mother figure could have been in the way here because that's what's going on in that card. 29 could be significant too, or Sagittarius season, because I didn't even mean to pick that up. If the mum card comes out again, that's really I get attention from others online, and there's nothing for me except boost my pride and ego. I'm stepping away from all that because it's no longer important to me. Feels like that sex only card. We talk so much telepathically, it feels so natural when you're really here. This is the messages from the feminine back to the masculine. It turns me on when I imagine us together. Oh my god, that's hilarious that I used the tantric deck because I didn't remember I wrote these and I didn't write. That's about as racy as I was willing to go in the cards. But yes, so every time something important, good or bad happens in my life, I want you first. And you've taught me how to love myself, and I know you're trying to love yourself. I'm proud of you because, yeah, this is a very fucking challenging journey. But what it teaches you, if you're getting the lessons, it teaches you that you are worthy. Whether this person, if that person did choose somebody else, yes, it sucks, it's shit. but it's part of the journey, and it teaches you that you're worthy, you're good enough. You don't need somebody to validate you. You validate yourself, and then that's what they then mirror you back, and not right away, I might add. That's when you're getting it. I could never love anyone as much as I love you. And that's why some of us, like myself, I couldn't get into something with someone else. I wouldn't have, it's not everyone's way, but it's been my way. You're more powerful than you realise. And this person's realising how powerful they are. I can feel you missing me. I miss you too. Stand up for yourself. You deserve to be respected. But the thing is, this person or you has realised their self worth, and they are standing up for themselves to third party interference, whoever they are. And that is very much Aries full moon. And maybe that's why we didn't need to do the full moon workshop, the power animal workshop that we were going to be doing tonight, because yeah. But I'm going to offer it in November, I think. But anyway, I'm going to bring this to a close and go and film something else the other way. And I need to tidy up this shit as well, because I need some of these cards. But what have we got? Yes, a time to give rather than to take. That's what this person wants to do. They want to get on. That's really funny too. That's funny that I've mentioned Mathman, because that always reminds me of the, and now I think that I can love you back. You know what I mean? So it's flowers in her hair, right? Because it's flowers in her hair, obviously. But the Lumineers. And so again, that's relevant because that's the only reason I know about it. I would have found out about it somewhere because I love the Lumineers, but I just remember he posted it once, and I just whenever I was on Facebook, whenever fucking shit like that happened, basically whenever he's posted things to do with songs, it's always going to stick in my head, right? And I just always think it's funny that the lyrics aren't about somebody growing up. But yeah, this person wants to give back when they reach this point. And the new moon in Taurus, but I mean the next full moon is the full moon in Taurus. So again, something's been unfolding over the last 6 months, 6 to the last 5 months, and it'll be 6 months by the time it reaches that. So look out for the end of a tough cycle ending around the Beaver full moon, the 5th of November, because I did see actually they really honed my eyes in on 511 today. I screenshotted a song at that. Anyway, I need to rest my voice so that I've got energy for the live. So this was pretty full on, fucking hell, loads of synchronicity. I'd say if you've had similar things, like you met young, really young, or teenagers, or casually, or any of the synchronicities you've heard me mention that were a lot to do with it, I think some of this could really resonate. But anyway, if you want it to be more personal than that, book a personal session, but you're kind of running out of time, so see you later. That could be a message as well. This person feels like they're running out of time, or you feel like you're running out of time. Take it as it resonates.